Hello and welcome to another short drawing lesson. This week we're going to draw the Dukes of Hazzard car, the General Dodge Charger. And to make it a bit more fun, we're going to have it sailing through the air, sort of way up as if it's just midway through a big jump. So the first thing we'll do, drawing lightly as always, is a front wheel over here. And I'm going to make mine slightly oval, just because I'm going to go for a slightly cartoony feel. So the front wheel is going to be leaning that way slightly. Back wheel is going to be leaning that way slightly, which seems a bit weird, but it'll make sense, I think, at the end. Next, to know where to draw the back wheel, we need to measure, using our wheel as a unit of measurement, 2 3/4 wheels further back. So 1, 2, that would be 3 wheels. Take a little piece off. That would be where the back wheel starts. This one can be a tiny bit bigger, just for, again, for comic effect, but they're probably the same size. As I said, that one's going to lean backwards slightly. Now, we've got the base of the car to put in, and if the car's on the ground, it would be a little bit lower than the centres of our wheels. But because our car's sailing through the air and the wheels are dangling below, everything's going to be shifted up about a centimetre. So this line that used to be just below the centres of your wheels is going to be a bit above. It's the bottom of the car. And now we've got this really useful line that's just straight, and it runs all the way from the front to the back of the car. And again, if it was on the floor, it would sit just touching the tops of your wheels. But in this case, as I say, everything's moved up slightly, so we're going to draw it here. So extend it out the front and back, and it can be a tiny bit higher at the back than the front. This is the front. So pretty much a straight line. This will be useful for everything else that we draw in relation to it. So for our overhangs, again, we're going to use our wheel as a unit of measurement. At the front, we've got a bit less than 1. So on that line, you can make a faint mark where the front of the car is going to be. At the back, we've got a bit more than 1 wheel. So here's 1 wheel, and we add a bit more on. And that's going to be the back of the car. Now we've got a slight curve to do, a couple of curves, which is the only tricky bit really of this car. So a little bit above this straight line, about there, we're going to have a line that's nearly straight, but it just bulges over the top wheel slightly, with the high point just above the front wheel. Then it drops down where the windows are going to be. Then it rises back up again with another high point above the back wheel, about here. And then it drops down again towards our tail. So let's try that. Try and use the sweep of your arm rather than, don't do one of those little furry lines. So a tiny bulge there. We drop down a little bit lower. And another little bulge there. And then we drop down lower again. So it's like an S shape or something. Just gives the car a bit of a shape. So now we can do the front, which is just a vertical. And once you've gone about the same distance below as you are above, you can start to just drop down with a slight curve to come down just a little bit higher than the bottom of your car. At the back, again, we've got a vertical section above this line, which continues a little bit below, but then has a slight angle. And then, again, a little sloping line just to bring it slightly above your floor level. So hopefully that wasn't too bad. That was the tricky part out of the way, really. Now we can get on to dividing this into smaller bits. So we've got the front edge of the door just about here. The back edge of your door is probably close to where this 3/4 of a wheel mark is, if you can still see that. And the bottom of the door is just a horizontal line just a bit above the base. For our pillar, the top of the front edge of the door, you come back slightly from there, and that's where this pillar will start. And then when you get to the roof line, it's horizontal for a bit. And then when you get just where this door pillar is, the back edge of the door, that's where it's going to start dropping down, and it drops down to a point just overlapping this back wheel. So here's the front edge of the back wheel, just inside there. If you come up, that's where it needs to head for, which is handy. That lines up quite nicely. Then we give the roof a bit of thickness, extend it beyond there slightly, and the back edge is quite a wide pillar, this one, and it comes down just after the back edge of the back wheel, so about here somewhere. So you've got to extend the roof a fair bit, come down, and there we go, running into the boot or the trunk. The front windscreen needs a bit of thickness, a little curving top and bottom, a bit of a bonnet or the hood sticking out there. And there's our basic outline. There's a couple of interesting details that are particular to this car. So we've got slightly squared off wheel arches. So just beneath that long straight line, we've got a horizontal, slightly rounding corner and a slight slope front and back. At the back here, it's pretty much vertical to start with, and again that little rounded corner, horizontal section, and then a diagonal section afterwards. So there's our wheel arch shapes. We just need to put a small division for the glass in here. There's no B pillar, it's pillarless, but there is a rollover cage just inside there where that pillar would normally be. So now we're onto the details. So details wise, we've got some bumpers. Just there, they sit just beneath that long straight line that we put in early on. Just some little wedgy shapes. We've got some bull bars, not sure what you call those, some kind of front protection on the front there. Here's a tiny indicator or reflector, same at the back. There's a fuel filler cap. Little mirror, rear view mirror, some windscreen wipers. On the door, just above this horizontal line, we've got a sort of suggestion of a little vent and another one just beneath it. And as this car is going to be moving, it's going to need a driver. So if that's where the seat is, it's just going to be a silhouette. So we just give an idea of his nose, his chin, hands up on the wheel. We'll shade that in a moment. Underneath the car, we've probably got a bit of exhaust sort of details, and just to make that a bit more interesting. And we can show the wheels on the far side of the car. When you look underneath the car, you can usually see the wheels on the other side. Like that. Right, so hopefully you've all been pressing quite lightly up to now. So now we can start to firm things up, add a bit of shading, that kind of stuff. And that's mostly going to be on the undersides of things. So under the wheel arch, that can definitely be a bit darker. Under the car, the base of the car. Just going to put my glasses on. There we are. So we'll firm up those wheel arches. Under the back here, you can see the exhaust. Because it's going through the air, we probably see quite a lot of the underneath of this car, more than normal. So now you can add some little cartoony touches to these wheels. A couple of little wobble lines. And the fun part is some dust. You can even have a little dust cloud if you like. And bits of gravel and stone. And of course the shadow on the ground. I think we'll just add some shadow there, and then It really looks like it's flying. So firm up your wheels nicely, try and get them nice and a pleasing shape. You can show that they've got a bit of dish in there by shading in there under the tops. Of course, I'm going to shade in the wheel arch themselves. Very dark in there. Shade those wheels on the far side. That's all going to be in shadow. And we'd usually be able to see up inside the roof section. In there. And of course the driver and the roll bar. They're all in shadow as well, which is handy. Makes it much easier to draw. Tops of those pressed in bits underneath the bumpers. That rollover bar, the nudging, what's it called? Bull bar. That's black, so that's all dark. And of course we need a number on the side. So we've got a big 0. If you draw yourself a bit of a framework for that, so top, bottom and sides, it makes it a little bit easier to get those right. You just make them into an octagon. And the one's a really unusual one. It's not sort of a number I've seen anywhere else. It's got a big base and a strange top. And again, you can shade that in a little bit. Not too heavily, because it's not as important as the main lines of the car. And a little door handle. So hopefully you've all now finished a lovely drawing of the General Lee. Definitely needs a few bits of dust and scratches bashing through the undergrowth. So let me know how you got on in the comments. Hopefully it came out nicely. Is there a tiny little tail on the boot there? Not very much, just a little kick up. Yeah, let me know how you got on in the comments. Let me know if you've got any suggestions for future cars to draw. Like and subscribe, that would be very helpful. Otherwise, have a fantastic week, and I'll see you for another one soon.